Today, we are going to see about plant morphology, the study of various external features of the organism is known as morphology. Plant morphology is also known as external morphology that deals with the study of shape, size and structure of the plant and their parts. Study of morphology is important in taxonomy. Morphological features are important in determining productivity of crops. Morphological characters indicate the specific habitats of the living as well as the fossils, plants, and help to correlate the distribution in space and time of fossil plants. Morphological features are also significant for phylogeny. Plant morphology can be studied under two broad categories: vegetative morphology and reproductive morphology. Vegetative morphology, it includes shoot system and root system. Reproductive morphology, it includes flower, inflorescence, fruit and seeds. Vegetative morphology. Vegetative morphology deals with the study of shape, size and structure of the plant and their parts like roots, stem and leaves. To understand the vegetative morphology, the following important components are to be studied. They are habit, habitat and lifespan. Habit. The general form of a plant is referred as habit. Based on habit, plants are classified into herbs, shrubs, climbers, and trees. Herbs. Herbs are soft stemmed plants with less wood or no wood. Example, Phyllanthus amarus. According to the duration of their life, they may be classified as annuals, biennials, and perennials. Shrubs. A shrub is a perennial woody plant with several main stems arising from the ground level. Example, hibiscus, that is shoe flower. Climbers. An elongated, weak stem generally supported by means of climbing device are called climbers, which may be annual or perennial, herbaceous or woody. Trees. A tree is a stout, tall, perennial, woody plant having one main stem called trunk with many lateral branches. Example, mango, sapota, jackfruit, teak. If the trunk remains unbranched, it is said to be caudex. Example, coconut. Plant habitat. Depending upon where plant grows, habitats may be classified into two major categories: terrestrial and aquatic. Terrestrial. Plants growing on land are called terrestrial plants. Aquatic. Plants that are living in water are called aquatic plants or hydrophytes. Lifespan. Based on lifespan, plants are classified into three types. They are annual, biennial, and perennials. Annual. A plant that completes its life cycle in one growing season. Example, maize, watermelon, groundnut, rice. Biennials. A plant that lives for two seasons, growing vegetatively during the first season and flowering and fruiting during the second season. Example, carrot, radish, cabbage. Perennial. A plant that grows for many years that flowers and set fruits for several seasons during the lifespan. When they bear fruits every year, they are called polycarpic perennials. Example, mango, sapota. Some plants produce flowers and fruits only once and die after a vegetative growth of several years. These plants are called monocarpic perennials. Example, bambusa, agave, parts of a flowering plant. Flowering plants are called angiosperms. They are sporophytes consisting of an axis with an underground root system and an aerial shoot system. The shoot system has a stem, branches, and leaves. The root system consists of root and its lateral branches. Root system. The root is a non-green, cylindrical, descending axis of the plant that usually grows into the soil. So it is called as positively geotropic. It develops from the radical, which is the first structure that comes out when a seed is placed in the soil. Root is responsible for absorption of water and nutrients and anchoring the plants. Root is the descending portion of the plant axis, generally non-green in color as it lacks chlorophyll. It does not possess nodes and internodes, buds, etc. It bears root hairs to absorb water and minerals from the soil. It is positively geotropic and negatively phototropic in nature. Regions of root. Root tip is covered by a dome-shaped structure made of parenchymatous cells called root cap. It protects the meristematic cells in the apex. In Pandanus, a multiple root cap is present. In Pistia, instead of root caps, root pocket is present. A few millimeters above the root cap, the following three distinct zones have been classified based on their meristematic cavity. Meristematic zone, zone of elongation, zone of maturation. Taproot system. Taproot system. Primary root is the direct prolongation of the radicle. When the primary root persists and continues to grow, as in Dicotyledonous, it forms the main root of the plant and it is called the taproot. Taproot produces lateral roots that further branches into finger roots. Lateral roots along with the branches together called as secondary roots. Adventitious root system. Root developing from any part of the plant other than radicle is called adventitious root. It may develop from the base of the stem or nodes or internodes. In most of the monocots, the primary root of the seedling is short-lived and lateral roots arises from various regions of the plant body. These are bunch of thread-like roots nearly equal in size which are collectively called fibrous root system, generally found in grasses. Example, Oryza sativa. Functions of roots. Root performs two kinds of functions, namely primary and secondary function. Primary functions: absorb water and minerals from soil, helps to anchor the plant firmly in the soil. Secondary function: in some plants, root performs additional functions. These are called secondary functions. To perform additional functions, structure of roots are modified. Modifications of root. Taproot modification. Storage roots. First one is conical roots. These are cone-like, broad at the base and gradually tapering towards the apex. Example, carrot. Fusiform roots. These roots are swollen in the middle and tapering towards both ends. Example, radish. Napiform roots. It is very broad at the apex and suddenly tapers like a tail at the base. Example, beetroot. Breathing roots. Some mangroves plant like Avicennia develop special kinds of roots for respiration because the soil becomes saturated with water and aeration is very poor. They have a number of breathing pores on pneumatophores for exchanges of gases. Advantageous root modifications.